The Ohio soccer team got their Mid-American Conference play started last weekend with a trip to DeKalb, Illinois, and a win over the NIU Huskies. And they went to Western Michigan and took a tough defeat up there. Now they'll start their home MAC slate with a matchup against the Toledo. Are looking for their first win in the Mid-American Conference this season. Hello, everybody. My name is Noah Wolf. I'm joined by Samantha Garcia. And Samantha, what a beautiful day for soccer.
Noah, this has been one of the best days we've had in Athens here at Chessa.
Yeah, absolutely. The temperatures are finally down from where they were all this week. We had 90-degree days each of the last 4 days, but for the Friday soccer match, Mother Nature decided to give us a little bit of a break from that. I think the players will appreciate the approximately 70-degree weather rather than sweating all over the place with the 90-degree temperatures that we were having all week. It's a little bit of windy. It is a little bit windy, today. Quite a bit of wind blowing from sort of the near side of the field toward the far side, maybe a little bit from left to right as well, but we'll see if that plays any sort of a factor. Let's get into the teams a little bit here. Toledo comes into this match at 3-7 overall, with their wins coming over Oakland, Wright State, and at Detroit Mercy. They got things started in the MAC slate this past weekend with 2 losses at home to Buffalo and Akron. This Toledo team is certainly looking to turn things around. How do you think they can get that done?
For sure, Noah. I think Stephanie Curry is going to be a really big part of this Toledo lineup. She leads the MAC in goals and points, like we said before, with 5 goals and 3 assists, 13 points as well. So I think she's got to use her offense to the best of her ability today and use this wind as a factor, maybe taking shots further outside the box because you'll have the wind for her, and then, on the other side on defense too, so, yeah.
And the other thing about Stitch Curry, the freshman forward for Toledo, 15 of her 20 shots have been on goal, which is the highest percentage in the Mid-American Conference. We'll let Lou Horvath announce the starting lineups and then go into the national anthem, and we'll have a little bit more pre-match content after that.
Lake Michigan, wearing number 0, Madison Perrin. From Lake Forest, Illinois, a senior, number 9, Sharon Buffy. A sophomore from Mount Clemens, Michigan, number 11, Betsy Luke. From Waterford, Michigan, she's a senior, number 12, Rachel Tobolewski. From Ann Arbor, Michigan, a junior, number 13, Claire Cap. A freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 14, Stephanie Curry. A sophomore from Grand Blanc, Michigan, number 15, Ashton Castle. From Macomb, Michigan, she's a freshman, number 18, Marcy Clark. From White House, Ohio, a sophomore, number 22, Peyton Sullivan. From Lake Orion, Michigan, a junior, number 23, Alex Troy. And from Columbus, Ohio, a senior, number 25, Abby Domboski. TJ Buchholz is the head coach, assisted by Paul Smith and Jessica Nitz. And now, representing the first university in the Northwest Territory, the starters for your Ohio Bobcats. Your netminder from the afternoon, a junior from Nashville, Tennessee, number 44, Sydney Mullen. From Cincinnati, a junior forward, number 2, Paige Knorr. A sophomore from Powell, Ohio, number 3, Olivia Sensky. She's a junior from Geneva, Illinois, wearing number 7, Jenny Santa Catarina. She is your senior. She's from Plain City, Ohio. She's number 11. She's Olivia Malewski. Your senior on the defense from Hudson, Ohio, number 14, Victoria Breeden. A sophomore from Powell, Ohio, number 16, Abby Townsend. She's a senior from Medina, Ohio, wearing number 18, Sydney Leckie. Also a senior from Libertyville, Illinois, number 23, Courtney DeGuerda. From Cincinnati, a freshman, number 24, Maddie Young. And a sophomore from Aurora, Ohio, number 26, Morgan Golika. Aaron Rogers is the head coach, assisted by Courtney Whiteley and Raphael Samoa. Your officials for the match, Kevin Biker, Chris Ramaka, Courtney Hayworth, and Colin Gentry. At this time, we do ask you to please rise as we honor America and in respect for those who are serving and those who have served to protect our freedoms as we play our national anthem.
Welcome back to Chesapeake. We're just seconds away from kickoff between the 6-4 Ohio Bobcats, who are 1-1 in the Mid-American Conference, and Toledo, sitting at 3-7, 0-2 in the MAC. You heard the starters from PA announcer Lou Horvath. And before we get started, Samantha, just your thoughts as to what Ohio needs to do to get this match done.
You know what? I think, Noah, that just on offense, we need to be moving the ball faster. We have a lot of strength up ahead. Abby Townsend, Paige Moore. We just need to get everyone up there and really take a lot of shots on offense.
All right, well, offensive success, the key to victory today. It certainly has been for the Bobcats this season. They've scored 19 goals in their first 10 games, which is good for 1.9 per game. That's best in the Mid-American Conference. They're also taking shots at a rate that no other Mid-American Conference team is as well. They're in the top 15 in Division I soccer in terms of their shot accuracy, as well as the number of shots on goal per game with 8.5. That's the best in the Mid-American Conference. And like I said, in the top 15 in NCAA Division I.
Another thing to bounce off with that is that not just only are the forwards getting points up on the board, we have midfielders that have points on the board. It's a combined effort that's being put up on offense, Noah. We saw in the previous game, Olivia Sensky, she even had a goal and she plays defense, you know, so Ohio really knows how to move the ball around and really get all their players involved, Noah.
Rufus in the building wearing the oft not seen soccer jersey that Rufus has. Normally when Rufus stops by Chesapeake, he's got a basketball jersey on or something, but he's in the full soccer kit today. Toledo will start with the ball, moving from right to left in their all blue jerseys with a yellow stripe on each sleeve. Ohio in their home whites, moving from left to right today. Home whites green shorts with a green and gray stripe on each sleeve. And we are underway as Toledo takes the opening kickoff and plays it toward the back. Ohio with some early press.
And like we were saying, Noah, we have a lot of fast speed up ahead, so I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to hold back at all this game by playing anyone back. He really is trying to push everyone back up there.
Ohio spreads out toward the right. Molesky looks to play long for either Dogarnas or Townsend. Townsend gives it a run, but It's dealt with defensively from Toledo. And just like that, a corner kick within the first 30 seconds of the game. Ohio wins a corner. The speed from Abby Townsend puts some pressure on that back line for Toledo. And we'll see if Ohio can't create a good chance right off the bat.
Correction, she's deferring to Sydney Leckie.
Sydney Leckie will take the corner. A bunch of Bobcats toward the top of the 18. Leckie's kick is a low one, and it's dealt with immediately by Toledo. That'll go out over the sideline for an Ohio throw.
And Noah, you see a lot of times Abby Townsend is making those runs down the field, but believe it or not, she has 6 assists and only 2 goals. So you can really see how much of a team player she is out here.
Toledo charging down the left, but Morgan Kalika steps in, wins the ball back for the Bobcats. Sensky plays forward. Maddie Young didn't win it originally, but tried to take it back there, but looks like Toledo maintains possession.
Yeah, and you can really feel the wind picking up here, Noah, and the ball's really going to be moving at a faster pace coming from Toledo's side. So let's see how that plays in the game today.
Ohio playing out of the back. Down the left side for Knorr. Sent forward. And it trickles out for an Ohio throw. Paige Knorr throws it in. And Ohio looking to flip the field a little bit. Victoria Breeden dealing with some high pressure, as was Olivia Sensky. That front line from Toledo led by Stitch Curry, giving the Ohio back line some trouble. Townsend with a long run for that one, and she won't get there before it trickles out. Toledo throw. Betsy Luke will make the throw. Toledo will try to play from the left, but Luke's pass forward for Curry.
And you can really see that Toledo's really pushing. I mean, at the beginning of the game, they're trying to get their first win in this MAC conference here. They're 0-2 right now, and Ohio's just trying to get positive on the boards. They're 1-1 right now, so I think this is going to be a really intense game, Noah.
Alex Troy with control toward the middle of the pitch for Toledo, spilling it out wide. Peyton Sullivan making a long run and keeping control for the Rockets. Abby Townsend nearly won it back there for Ohio. Played along down the right side. Marcy Clark with control, but gives it away. Paige Knorr and Olivia Sensky team up on defense for the Bobcats. Kalika, Dougherty. Works her way toward the middle of the field, then goes to the left for Knorr.
You can really tell here, Noah, even just in the first couple minutes of this game, that they really like to have possession, even on offense. You know what I mean? Passing the ball around, making really good runs. They just really want to make sure that they're getting good plays.
Breeden looking long for Molesky. Touched out of bounds by Toledo. Ohio throw to be taken by Kalika. Townsend working her way around 2 defenders, and she's held back. That's going to be a foul. Ohio free kick. Tough 2-on-1 situation there for Abby Townsend, and on her way to the ball, her path was blocked. Olivia Sensky to take the free kick. About parallel with the top of the 18-yard box. All but 3 Ohio players inside the box. Sensky swings it in toward the near post. Coming out with a punch save is Perrin, and there's going to be an Ohio foul there. Madison Perrin setting the tone early as to how aggressive her goalkeeping is going to be.
Yeah, Noah, over the course of this series, she's had 36 saves in this conference matches so far, so she's really on top of her stuff. She really likes to be more on the aggressive side of the ball, and as you can see right there, she really comes out of the box and really plays that aggressive ball.
Sent deep. Ohio trying to move it back their direction. Maddie Young controls toward the middle, gives to Townsend. Now Molesky. Wide for Dagardas. Dagardas touches around a defender, sends one in with the left foot. Townsend's header not there. Maddie Young off the post, still there. But Maddie Young was offside.
So close there. I think it was an offsides right at the end, but man, what a great save by the keeper, Noah.
Ohio being very positive early, trying to create those chances inside the box. Certainly Ohio's best look so far, but Maddie Young was maybe a step or two offside. Sydney Leckie controlling toward the left, keeps it in play. Showing off some slick footwork before passing to Santa Catarina. Tough physical matchup in the middle of the pitch, gives the ball back to Toledo. Forward for Curry, right through the Ohio defenders, but Sensky comes back and takes it away from Stitch Curry.
Olivia Sensky has just been amazing this year. She really plays that aggressive ball without getting the foul. She really plays that position very well.
Sensky was beat initially, but able to sprint back and take the ball away. That is the exact person you don't want to have control of the ball early on in this one. Stephanie Curry leading the Mid-American Conference in goals with 5, game-winning goals with 3, points with 13. Ohio throw on the left side. Sensky for Breeden. Forward for Dagardas, she controls. Moves to the right for Kalika. She's got some space for Townsend now. Townsend working around 2 defenders. Keeps possession, keeps it in play, but it just goes out. Toledo throw.
Seems like we have a good crowd here at Chessa. Got some cheering and all that good stuff going on here now.
Yeah, I've seen a few Alexander High School t-shirts. I think the soccer team from the Spartans might be in attendance this afternoon. Townsend with a low cross, dealt with, but only as far as Santa Catarina. Long shot, but Perrin there to collect.
I think that was a great shot. It was on target, and it didn't have the power behind it, but that's exactly what I think Aaron Rodgers and this team is looking for, to take those shots and really make the defense step up.
Credit to Santa Catarina there. Didn't even take a touch. That one forward for Curry, but she was offside. Her shot was saved anyway by Malum.
Toledo's had a few little run-ins up here. I think they're starting to get their offense on their feet, and I think they're going to start doing something up here because it's kind of been on the more 2/3 of the Ohio offense side. We've seen a lot of attack in Ohio, even if it's not a lot of shots on goal. It's a lot of forward play over here.
What Toledo's been able to do, though, is when they get possession, attack, somewhat of a counterattack for the Rockets. A quick burst, trying to catch the Ohio defense off guard. Here, Ohio's offense surging down the left side through Sydney Leckie. Leckie trying to work her way around 1 defender. And it's touched out of bounds by Peyton Sullivan, who is giving Leckie a lot of trouble over on that left side. It'll be an Ohio throw. Paige Knorr looking for Maddie Young. Young controls, but nearly wins a corner. Instead, a throw again to the left side. Leckie finds Townsend. Back for Paige Knorr. Toward the middle. Dagardas can't get there. Morgan Calico will keep it with Ohio. Not for long. Toledo deals with a little bit of trouble. Brought down by Curry to the left side, but too far for Betsy Luke. And Ohio maintains control. Given away, but Paige Knorr steps in.
And Noah, like you were saying, Toledo is making a lot of counterattacks when they get the ball on offense, they're really trying to push it up really quickly. And I think it has Ohio on their toes. Olivia Sensky has been really versatile back there, so I think they're happy with what they're doing right now.
That one pushed out of bounds by Kalika, who did a nice job of clearing it away. A little bit of danger. Molesky taps that one out of bounds. Another Toledo throw. Santa Catarina deals with the trouble. And Toledo just crawling up the field by way of a throw-in every so often. They give it away, though, and Ohio will get the throw to the right side. Breeden steps into space. Finds Molesky, now Dagadas. Taken away, Ohio throw. Molesky. Push down. Free kick for Ohio taken quickly by Molesky. Right at midfield.
And Noah, we see Stitch Curry here on the left side playing up, and I really think Ohio has an eye on her. Morgan Kalika has been guarding her really closely, so I think they have an eye on her for this game.
Sensky to Breeden. Breeden quickly to Kalika. Curry nearly stepped in there. Morgan Kalika with plenty of space. Now looking for Youngs. Sydney Leckie in the area as well. But the Toledo defense deals with that one. Ohio will play out of the back through Malum. Now Sensky. To the left side where Knorr runs into some space. Paige Knorr flicks it forward looking for Townsend. Good defensive work from Sheridan Buffy. And Toledo controls. Just about 10 minutes into this one. No score yet between the Bobcats and the Rockets. It's the MAC home opener for Ohio. Similarly for Toledo, it's their first Mid-American Conference road game.
And you know, I think coming off a 1-0 loss to Western Michigan is really in Ohio's head. I think they really want to come out and get a win, especially since this is a MAC conference game, you know. They really want to come out fighting. They had 2 away games against Ohio State and Georgetown. Both ended up in a loss, but I think it really helped the development. Just playing at a higher level of soccer, they get to come back here and really pick up in the conference.
Now, Ohio's last 4 games all on the road. 1-3 with 2 non-conference losses, and then 1-1 last weekend to open MAC play. For Toledo, though, they were at home in the Glass City and dropped 2 matches to a couple teams that are kind of in the middle of the pack in terms of the Mid-American Conference, Buffalo and Akron. They lost 2-0 in both of those contests, and I think the Rockets would certainly have thought that they would have picked up their first MAC win by now. Good defense by Sydney Leckie, playing a little bit deeper than normal, but Toledo gets it right back. Curry. Now Castle over to the right for Sullivan. Sullivan working her way forward down the right side, stepping around Knorr. Now Sydney Leckie there for help as well. Before Demboski flings it way over the crossbar. Good idea for the cross on Demboski, but she just had too much power behind it. Ohio will have a goal kick.
Demboski the attempt. Call a post. Goal kick, Ohio.
Paige Knorr playing forward for Leckie down the left side, back to Knorr. Santa Catarina for Leckie, looking for the forward run of Abby Townsend, but it was Rochelle Topoleski that stepped in. Toledo controlling in the middle of the pitch. Curry with a long shot, and Malum gathers easily.
Yeah, she's having a little trouble up there in the front. Our Ohio defense, has been really pressuring her. She's not getting much opportunity.
Not a bad idea there by Curry to try a longer shot, maybe catch Malum off guard, but the Ohio goalkeeper definitely up to the task there. Plus Curry didn't get as much power on that one as I think she would have hoped. She was a little bit off balance. Dagrados now for Young to the right side for Ohio. Looking back for Dagrados, but it takes a deflection. Ohio able to maintain control, given away to Marcy Clark right down the middle of the 18. Malum there for the save.
I think Ohio's bench is really holding their breath about that one. That was a real close one. Seemed like a miscommunication back there with Victoria Breeden and Dagrados. Excuse me, Kalika.
Yeah, I think Kalika played that one, well, gave it a little bit too close to Clark, and Marcy Clark didn't waste any time. But luckily, Sydney Malum was up to the challenge. Toledo, free kick to the right side. 4 players at the top of the 18-yard box for the Rockets. Left-footed option, swinging toward goal, headed away by Molesky. Quickly taken away by Cahalan. But Ohio deals with it in defense, and now will try to start something down the left side. Lecky for Knorr, taken away. Paige Knorr steps back in, but gives it away to Castle. Castle for Curry in the middle. Dealt with by Victoria Breeden, and now Molesky keeps control. Looking for Townsend. Townsend has speed. She's there. She's one-on-one with Perrin. What a save by Perrin, diving to her left. Madison Perrin, a strong left hand, keeps this game scoreless.
And I think we all thought Abby was going to do something there. That was a really one-on-one with the keeper. What a great save.
Townsend will head to the corner for this, Ohio's second corner kick of the afternoon.
And like we were talking about earlier, how the defense is getting points and assists up there, Olivia Sensky is actually up there for the offense. So you could see how they're using her not just for defense, but for trying to create something up ahead too.
Corner dealt with by Toledo. Breeden maintains control. Looks for Dagrados down the right side, and Courtney Dagrados will eventually get there. Plays for Molesky in the middle. Now to Lecky. Lecky up over top, looking for Maddie Young. Dagrados keeps it. Goes to Townsend. Townsend toward the middle. Long left-footed shot. Blocked. Maddie Young keeps it. Now Molesky. Molesky's shot deflected. And Morgan Kalika keeps control for Ohio, but not for long. Kalika, though, wins it back. Santa Catarina for Knorr. And Ohio gives it away again, but they get lucky. Victoria Breeden able to step in to a pass that was too long for Clark and too short for Curry. Breeden was the only one back there. Townsend in pursuit. Can't quite get there. Good defense from Topolesky.
You see a lot of chances on offense that they're creating. They're trying to get that ball up to Abby up there, make her do something with it. They're really looking to push the ball towards her, Noah.
Dagrados spins around one defender and forces an Ohio throw. Kalika for Breeden. On the ground to Young. Santa Catarina. Switching field for Paige Knorr, and it's deflected out of play. Another Ohio throw, this time on the left side. Sydney Lecky. Molesky. Cross for Townsend, poked and just wide.
That was a great ball played in right to Abby's feet, but the goalie got there just in time. Ohio's really trying to create some offense here, and they're getting good opportunities. They just need to finish these.
Townsend a little bit off balance by the time she got to the ball. Stuck her foot out, but couldn't control it in the way that she needed to steer it toward that far post. That just shows you how Ohio can kind of create something out of nothing. Molesky was guarded pretty heavily, but she was able to get a good cross in. And with Townsend's speed, she was able to get a touch on it. Just couldn't quite convert. Toledo now playing to the middle of the field. Cahalan loses possession. Paige Knorr steps in, and she'll play back for Sydney Malum.
Yeah, Toledo's having a little bit of trouble on offense trying to keep the ball at their feet. The possession's more leaning towards Ohio. We don't have an exact stat, but as you can just see from the gameplay, Ohio's really taking initiative on being in control of this game.
Townsend working her way down the left side. Looking for Leckie. Deflected, but Townsend wins it back. Can't keep it in, though. Goal kick. Just over 20 minutes gone in the first half. No score between Ohio and Toledo. 2 shots on goal per side. But it does seem like Ohio has had more of the possession and more of the momentum in general in this game.
Noah, have you seen the wind been used at all or against any of the teams? Have you seen it play to impact at all yet?
It doesn't really seem like the wind is playing all that much of a factor. Townsend keeps it at her feet. Quickly dealt with. Breeden wins it back. Now Senski. Breeden fighting neck and neck against Stitch Curry, but able to keep the ball.
Yeah, and that's just great communication there. She called for the ball, and 14 and 26 were just able to switch spots immediately. That's great communication by the Bobcats.
That's Breeden and Kalika that were able to communicate. Breeden looking for Dogardas down the right side. A little bit of space for Dogardas. Tries to get it to Young, but instead, Curry for Toledo down the left side. Working against Victoria Breeden. And that one blocked by Breeden. Goes out of play for a Toledo throw.
You know, that's great defense by Breeden there. She's not stepping, she's not lunging, she's not trying to get at the ball. She's being in control and staying in front of her, and she did exactly it.
Cahalan wide to Luke. Luke has space down the left side. Cross in, dealt with by Senski. And Leckie gets there first. To Knorr, now forward for Maddie Young. Young, a defensive battle, and she's called for the foul. Toledo will have a free kick. They'll stack 4 players at the top of the 18-yard box, 2 a little bit further back. Ohio with 6 defenders at the top of the penalty area. Swung in toward goal. Breeden gets a head on it. Cahalan keeps it with Toledo, but not for long, and Abby Townsend is able to maintain control. Finds Leckie. Leckie looking for space down the left side. Slows it down, finds Townsend.
Looks like we have a counterattack here.
Townsend steps around one defender, but can't get around both, as Toledo is able to deal with the speed of Abby Townsend. It'll be an Ohio throw to the left side. Paige Knorr goes for Townsend. The cross deflected. Young trying to get there. She hits it out of play. It'll be an Ohio goal, or a Toledo goal kick, excuse me. 3 substitutions for Ohio. Olivia Darrow comes on, as does Serena Dierig, and Heather McGuire into the action as well. Paige Knorr, Courtney Dogardas come off, as does Maddie Young. Dierig involved immediately, taps forward for Townsend. Townsend looking for space down the right side, gets into the penalty area. Santa Catarina slips, can't find the ball, and gives it away. Breeden deals with it.
What a great touch by Breeden, not to just take that ball exactly where it goes. She cuts and makes space for herself. Really great play there.
Kalika to throw to Dierig. Back to Kalika. Victoria Breeden swings it in. No Bobcats in the area that time, as the Rockets able to deal with the trouble. Toledo looking to attack through Curry, but Victoria steps in. Dierig, though, gives it away. Clark down the right side. Good defense by Sensky, and she's able to deal with it, keep it in. She hasn't given up a corner yet. In fact, she keeps possession for Ohio. Great defensive play by Olivia Sensky. Ohio playing forward now, down the left side. Darrow getting involved. Santa Catarina for Morgan. Colica. To the middle for Townsend. Steps around a couple defenders before passing back to Colica. Breeden, who has been huge in defense today, plays forward for Dierig. First touch, though, from Dierig, not good enough to keep possession.
And not only has Breeden been doing great on the defensive side, she's able to bring this ball up and really start to create some more opportunities for Ohio on offense.
Heather McGuire with her first touch of the game. Takes the ball away, but then lets it roll over the end line. And now some Toledo substitutions in the fray.
Toledo substitutions for Toledo.
We haven't seen many shots on goal by Toledo, but they come in with 93 shots this season. So they're not afraid to take a shot maybe a little bit outside of the 20 or even 30-yard line.
Santa Catarina back for Breeden.
Also Anita Mancini and Sophia Lewis.
Back to Santa Catarina. Forward for Townsend. Perrin will come out and deal with it. The substitutions for Toledo. Anita Mancini and Sophia Lewis, both forwards, come on for Toledo, as well as Caitlin Machieski into the game in defense. Toledo throw way back in their own territory toward the right side. Sophia Lewis dispossessed by Leckie. Looking for Dierig in the middle, but tapped away. Colica gets a foot on it. Molesky brings it down, looking for Leckie.
Great move there.
McGuire keeps it with Ohio. Sensky plays way forward, looking for Townsend. Couple good headers by Toledo defenders deal with the trouble.
Ohio has won, I'd say, over 50% of the balls in the air, especially Olivia Molesky. She's been doing great, winning all the headers out of the air.
Darrow trying to win this one back for Ohio. Leckie was there as well, but Toledo maintains control. They'll work down the right side. Played away forward, but Breeden deals with it, kicking it into her own bench. Out of play. Throw in for Toledo. Anita Mancini, who has a goal and 2 assists this season, will throw it in. Clark. Quick header from McGuire. But back to Toledo. Mancini working around Leckie. Tapped forward. And Sensky keeps it in and wins an Ohio throw.
And in that foot race, anyone that go against Olivia Sensky is going to be a little bit challenging. She's at 5'10" right now, so having a defender that's that tall, she can really pick up speed and knows how to play well.
Dierig wins it back for Ohio. Plays for Molesky down the middle. Molesky forward for Townsend. Dierig gets there. Back to Townsend. Looking for Molesky, and she won't get there. Colica sprinting up to it. Colica trying to work her way around Curry and ends up giving it away.
Curry again is coming back to help out the Toledo defense. Even though she's marked in as a forward, she's really helping her team out here.
Leckie trying to power through some contact. Toledo takes control again. Mancini plays forward for Curry, who is apparently onside, taps it toward goal, but Malum deals with it.
I think she just got her foot on the wrong side of the ball on that one. It looked like a wild touch from Curry there.
Santa Catarina for Darrow. Gives it away. Lewis working down the middle of the field. Beats Breeden, but Kalika steps in. And Kalika's fouled on the play as well. Ohio free kick just outside their 18. McGuire back for Sensky. Trying to play Lecky, but the touch from Lecky just isn't there. Mancini way forward. Nobody in the area except Sydney Malum, who collects the cross.
Breeden again taking the ball up. She's playing defense, but she has no problem running up the middle with that ball.
Yeah, Breeden played more as a fullback last year, so on the wings of the defense, she's certainly comfortable with the ball at her feet. Darrow for Dierig. And a foul called on the Rockets. Olivia Sensky to take Ohio's free kick. The Bobcats set a few people up at the top of the penalty area. Sensky, long ball, Perrin trips but gets fingers on it. And a foul called. So Toledo will get the free kick from inside their penalty area.
Still 0-0 with 12 minutes left, so this has been a really tough game for Ohio. I think they weren't expecting Toledo to come out with this much energy and fire that they've had.
Townsend gets ahead on it. Toledo's defense deals with the challenge, but surrenders an Ohio throw. Darrow. Townsend, now Dierig. Back to Townsend. Over toward Lecky. Headed away, but only as far as McGuire for Ohio. McGuire with a cross. Actually more of a shot. But Perrin able to deal with it toward her own left post. Good idea from Heather McGuire, who has definitely shown her goal-scoring ability this season. 2 goals, 2 assists for the freshman. Trying to catch Toledo's keeper off guard there. McGuire working around Curry. 2 freshmen who have been huge parts to both of their teams. Some more substitutions for both teams as Ariana Garcia comes in. Allie Miller in for Ohio, and Constantina Janu. Miller gets involved. Olivia Page, who's on the field as well, tried to step in there. Instead, Toledo has control toward the left side. Morgan Kalika strong in defense. Page gives it away. Curry can't control for Toledo.
Kalika has been so calm back there on defense. She really is keeping this ball in front of her, and she doesn't seem nervous at all. She's playing really well.
Page looking forward for Lecky. It's just going to be a little bit too long, and Madison Perrin can scoop that up. 10 minutes to play in the first half. Still scoreless between Ohio and Toledo. Darrow brings it down for Dierig. Dierig forward for Sydney Leckie. Topoleski there to deal with the threat. Ohio throw. Toledo looking forward for Curry, but Breeden steps in. That's been a huge battle today. Curry versus, well, the whole back line for Ohio, but certainly Victoria Breeden. Darrow, Page. Forward for McGuire.
Yeah, and I think Olivia Page coming in, she has a goal and assist, both under herself. So I think putting her in right now, she's got fresh legs. She can create opportunities and even finish one on her own.
Colica wins it back for Ohio. Plays Breeden to the right. Breeden for Darrow. Can't keep it in.
Ball does go across the touchline. Goal kick, Toledo.
Toledo goal kick.
Toledo sub left the Bowers to the game.
Couple substitutions now for the Rockets. Lexa Bauer comes in, as does Brooke Stonehouse.
And we talked about how both teams had great offensive stats. We have Stitch Curry, who has the most goals in the MAC, but right now it's still 0-0, and both teams only have 2 shots on goal.
Olivia Page takes a scary shot to the face, but she's running again. Ohio with control. Sensky, McGuire, Page, Miller. Forward for Molesky, just a little bit too long. Perrin collects. Madison Perrin really setting the tone for this Toledo defense. Ohio's been able to slip in past the back line a couple times this afternoon, but every time they have, Madison Perrin has been up to the task.
And I think Ohio's been really dominant in this middle part, in the center field, but it's just on these offensive runs, they're not getting the complete runs that they want to make.
Molesky shoved down. Ohio with a free kick. Colica, Darrow. Darrow tries to float it forward, just nobody making a run. I think she misinterpreted some communication between her and Serena Dierig.
Yeah, and Olivia Page was calling for the middle, so you can see that Olivia's hungry for something. She wants a goal here.
Just under 7 minutes to play in the first half. Still scoreless between Ohio and Toledo. Curry, dispossessed by Colica. Sensky, Breeden. Breeden confident with the ball at her feet despite constant pressure from Josie Fowler. And Ohio able to keep possession down the left side. Janu. Sensky looking for either Dierig or Janu, and neither one able to get there. Some good defensive work from Mancini. Toledo's Mancini plays forward. Out of play, Toledo throw.
Yeah, Mancini, she has a goal of her own and two assists this season, So she's trying to create something here. You can really see on the right side, she's trying to push the ball up, but she's just getting stopped by a wall of Bobcats.
Miller for Molesky. Pass forward is deflected way up in the air. Molesky able to bring it back down. Dierig. Janu for nobody.
Yeah, on that ball, it looked like Ariana Garcia. She miscalculated the ball and stepped on it. So
Page tried to play forward for Janu. Mancini stepped in. Forward now for Lewis. Trying to work her way around the middle of the pitch. She plays well forward. Colica heads it toward Olivia Darrow. Darrow tries to win it again. Ohio does keep possession. Under 5 minutes to play, first half. No score. Darrow gives it away, but Senski steps in. Great defensive work by Olivia Senski. She's been a rock in the back line today.
And it looked like there that she was looking for Allie Miller in the middle, so just a miscommunication there on her side.
Molesky tripped up, and there's the whistle.
A rocket infraction.
Dangerous position for an Ohio free kick. See if the Bobcats can draw something up on the set piece with just about 4 minutes to go until halftime.
Toledo's had a lot of fouls called on them in this first half, but no cards have been drawn yet.
Senski to take. Swings it toward the goal, and Perrin catches it easily.
If Senski just put a little more behind that, would have been up in the air for that one.
I think Senski may have been trying to draw that one a little bit closer to the Ohio players in the box. Didn't get her foot around to it. And now Toledo pressing forward. Stonehouse on the right side. Works it in over the post.
And that was great defense by Heather McGuire on that side, keeping her in front, not lunging at the ball. Just great defense right there.
That one of the most difficult that Malum has had to face all day, but she had that near post covered, and certainly all the way up to the crossbar, but it was just over the bar. 3 minutes to go, first half. No score yet. Curry chasing down the left side. Kalika takes it away.
Kalika's really kept Curry here really quiet in this first half, not letting her really do any fancy tricks or anything, just keeping her in front and playing really smooth soccer right now.
Barron a little bit indecisive about how she wants to distribute. Goes for the punt toward the middle of the field. And a handball called there. Off the hand of Brooke Stonehouse. Nearing the 2-minute mark in the first half. This game still searching for its first goal. Dierig for Darrow. Kalika chasing down the right side. Lexa Bauer deals with it. Now under 2 minutes. Molesky. That one goes out for an Ohio throw.
Ohio's had a lot of chances in the box here in the first half. Let's hope they can make something out of it.
Darrow down the right side. Low cross, dealt with. Serena keeps it with the Bobcats. Darrow. And that one's going to be a foul on Ohio. Olivia Page gets a little bit too physical.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to go for a ball with a kick and just had her leg out too far and got tripped up.
Just over a minute to go. Madison Perrin will take the free kick from the very top of her own penalty area. Long boot toward the middle of the field. Brought down by Allie Miller.
1 minute remaining.
Olivia Molesky. Working her way down the right side, trying to get past Bauer. She does, but can't get around Machieski. Dispossesses Machieski. Molesky with a low cross. Taken out. And Toledo deals with the danger. Curry tries to turn it into something positive. Takes it away from Kalika. But Morgan Kalika stands firm and takes it away once again. 30 seconds in the first half. Miller to McGuire. Ohio hoping for one last chance in the opening 45 minutes. Breeden steps in. A lot of space in the middle for Breeden. Long shot, and it goes wide of goal. 15 seconds to go in the first half, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Madison Perrin just tick these seconds down.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Perrin will not take the goal kick. And that ends the first half. 2 shots on goal for Toledo, 3 for Ohio. But no goals through the opening 45 minutes. It'll be a 15-minute halftime. We'll see you on the other side. It's Ohio nothing, Toledo nothing. We'll be back for the second half. Just about set for the second half of soccer between Ohio and Toledo. Ohio will start things off. They'll move from right to left in this one. Toledo will move from left to right. No goals yet. Samantha, what happened in that first half? You said before the game this was going to be a high-scoring match. That hasn't worked out yet. What went on in that first half?
You know what? I think on both ends, both defensive lines are playing incredible. They're not lunging at the ball, not trying to be anything crazy. Both teams are calm and collective. So I think our offense is having a little bit of a hard time. Abby Townsend, she's getting in the box and she's getting opportunities, but finishing hasn't been in our favor. So hopefully second half we can start to pick things up.
Ohio starts things off moving from right to left in the second half. Lucky with control down the left side. And she can't keep it in play. The most interesting stat that I found in the first half, Ohio with 67% of the possession, Toledo with the other 33%. So that just bears out the fact that Ohio had the dominance in terms of keeping the ball. They just didn't set up the chances in the way that they needed to. McGuire, forced out, will be a Toledo throw.
Yeah, and also from the first half stats, Ohio only had 4 shots on target compared to Toledo, who had 2. But with a 67% possession, I feel that those numbers should be higher.
Sensky to take the free kick from way back on the attacking half. Townsend working toward the middle, curls it toward the far post. Dagadas can't get there.
And it seems like in the second half, Aaron Rodgers has moved Abby Townsend a little bit further back, maybe having her create more opportunities and put someone up there that's going to finish the second half.
Madison Perrin, a big key to the fact that this game is still scoreless. The Toledo goalkeeper. She'll give a big boot on the goal kick toward the middle of the pitch. Page brings it down, but gives it to Toledo. Rockets surging forward. Marcy Clark down the left side in a physical battle with Olivia Sensky. And Sensky's fouled. It'll be a free kick for the Cats.
Yeah, and Olivia Page didn't start this game, but in the second half, she's out there on the field. So I think Aaron Rodgers is really looking for her to create something on offense here.
Yeah, 3 non-starters on the field for Ohio to start the second half in Heather McGuire and Olivia Page. Excuse me, just 2 non-starters on the field for the second half, McGuire and Page. Santa Catarina knocks it toward Page, but the Toledo defender steps in. Lecky tries to win possession back. Toledo keeps it, though, down the right side. Cross toward the far side of the penalty area. And Toledo will have to slow things down again. Luke will try to track this one down. And Toledo plays it back.
Toledo's offense has come out pressuring really hard on this Bobcat defense.
Sullivan down the right side, working around Heather McGuire. Sullivan, a low cross, scooped up by Sydney Malum. Strong toward her own near post, making sure that no Rocket was going to beat her.
Toledo had 4 girls in the box, so they're really pushing up this half. They're playing a 4-2, it looks like, 2 in the middle, so I think they're really trying to get a jump on Ohio here in the second half.
Toledo has scored 9 goals this season. 5 of them have come between the 50th minute and the 60th minute. We're a minute and a half away from starting those most difficult 10 minutes to keep the Rockets off the scoreboard. Dagadas playing to the middle for Santa Catarina. Long, high, curled shot just over the bar. A good idea from Santa Catarina, but just not quite enough finesse.
Santa Catarina's attempt, top post, goal kick, Toledo.
That was a good look towards the middle. She had no one around her, and she played the ball well.
Perrin, a low goal kick. Molesky gets ahead to it, and Lecky gives the ball away. Down the middle, Castle. But Victoria Breeden gets there before Stitch Curry. Breeden trying to keep possession. And it'll go out for a goal kick.
Ball taken off the Rockets.
Breeden has just been explosive. You can even see in the first half she was getting to every ball, being the first to each one at every time.
Breeden definitely felt the pressure, though, there from Stitch Curry, who I think benefited from the halftime break, got some fresh legs, and is pressing relentlessly toward that Ohio back line.
I think the Bobcats are doing the same thing. They had 3 non-starters that are starting this second half, so maybe they're saving some legs to get a late jump later in this game.
Dogardas looking toward the middle, taken away, and here's Curry. Met by Kalika. Cross comes in. Malum scoops it up.
Yeah,
Toledo just seems to, Toledo just kind of seems to be rushing through the attempts that they've made for themselves.
Yeah, that was Abby Dembowski from the Toledo that stole the ball, and she had a great opportunity, but I think she's just she's being too quick with it.
Lecky, Molesky. Molesky was offside. Olivia Molesky in disbelief about that call.
Yeah, and each team only had 1 offsides in the first half, so neither team is playing too far up behind the defense.
Topoleski forward. And Ashton Castle plays forward for Curry. Given away. And here's Townsend down the right side for Ohio. Working one-on-one against Buffy. Townsend tries to put on the Jets. Toledo able to stand firm in defense. It was Buffy that got there. Curry against Kalika. That'll go Ohio's way on the throw. Townsend keeps it in, looks for Kalika, but gives it away to Clark. Castle stepping in is Sydney Lecky. And now Heather McGuire will try to start something down the left. Molesky looking forward for Page, nothing there. Kalika to the right side for Dogardas. Now Townsend. High cross in, looking for Page. The header's too high.
That was a great cross by Abby. She brought it out to that side and gave Olivia a perfect header.
Page, I think, might have leapt just a touch too early. She got her head to the ball, but was underneath it rather than directing it toward the goal. Still scoreless with 37 minutes left in the second half. Townsend, Dogardas. Looking for Lecky down the right side. And it's cleared by Toledo. That one cleared not only on to Schaefer Street, but onto the other side of Schaefer Street. Went all the way over the road. Dogardas, Kalika. Lecky looking to play Courtney Dogardas down the right side. In the penalty area. Low cross. Just barely past the feet of Olivia Page and dealt with by the Toledo back line.
Yeah, Olivia Page there was looking for Molesky, who was right behind her, and tried to get a little heel flip behind to get the ball to her, but...
Yeah, got to Page, who didn't quite get enough on it. And there was one more defender between Page and Molesky, so Olivia Molesky never had the chance at the far post. Ohio keeping possession down the right side. Now they give it away. Toledo charging down the left. Forward for Curry. Curry and Breeden in a foot race down the left side. Poke toward the middle. That one over the bar. Alex Troy got into the penalty area. And that's been the best chance we've seen from either side all day. For Toledo, this is right around the time they normally score. Between the 50th and the 60th minute, we're in the 55th minute of play right now. And it looked like that was the inevitable Toledo goal to start the second half, but it was not so. Now Townsend trying to run past the back line into the penalty area. Abby Townsend breaks the deadlock.
35-30 on the clock.
She had a similar situation in the first half where she was one-on-one with the goalie and couldn't complete that one, but here she is in the same situation and played a lovely ball to the right corner and brought the goalie out. What a great ball.
Townsend, I think the mistake she made the first time was taking the extra touch. No extra touch taken that time as she buries it far post. Looked like Perrin got a strong hand to it, but it wasn't strong enough to keep that one out of the back of the net. Ohio with a 1-0 lead, 35.5 minutes left to play in this contest.
We still got 35 minutes left in the game, so it's not over yet.
Sensky trying to clear, but Toledo still there. Troy for Clark. Back to Troy. And that one over the end line by Heather McGuire. Corner kick for Toledo. This is their first corner of the contest. Stephanie Curry will take it.
And Toledo didn't have a corner kick in the first half, so this is going to be their first one. Let's see what they can do here.
Low left-footed cross. Page pushes it out. Only as far as Betsy Luke. Now Olivia Molesky getting involved, and she's shoved to the ground by Luke. Clock is stopped, and Betsy Luke's going to see a yellow card.
And you know what, Noah? I'm not surprised by that one. In the first half, they had a lot of fouls that went without a card, so I think it's well-deserved.
Number 11, Betsy Luke.
And the referee whistled the play dead there. He stopped the clock, and he hadn't restarted the clock. So Victoria Breeden's free kick, which she ended up giving the ball away, was not allowed to be taken. So she decides to play it safer this time, though Sensky nearly gives it away. Breeden, long for Molesky, flicked on for Townsend. Townsend can't keep it.
And Marcy Clark, she was there, and she's on Toledo's offense. She got another touch on that ball from Olivia Sensky, so Ohio's got to be real careful on what they're doing back there.
Page to the left side for Lecky. Lecky toward the penalty area. Low cross, deflected, and Toledo will deal with the danger. McGuire keeps it alive for Ohio.
Yeah, and that was Alex Troy that got that stop there that really helped not let that cross go through.
Kalika steps around the challenge of Stitch Curry. Gives it back to Malum. Toledo flicking it forward. And Malum able to deal with that threat from Alex Troy. McGuire pushing down the the left side. Lecky now for Townsend. McGuire. Molesky in some space. Page making a run down the middle, as is Townsend. Goes for Lecky instead, short to the left side. Across the field for Kalika, but Stitch Curry steps in. Goes forward for Clark. Ohio wins it back thanks to Lecky. Breeden keeps the ball. Moves into some space in the middle. Looks for Molesky. A leaping defensive header by Peyton Sullivan keeps it away from Molesky, but now Molesky scores!
And I think Sheridan Buffy lost the ball in the sun, and it was an awkward bounce. And Molesky was there, followed the ball, and finished. What a great shot. On the floor, to the right in the left pocket. No one was getting that one.
Within 3 minutes of each other, Abby Townsend and Olivia Molesky both on the score sheet for Ohio. 2-0 Cats over Toledo. 32.5 minutes to play in the second half. Ohio with a 2-goal lead.
And you know what, Noah? Whatever Aaron Rodgers told him at halftime worked. He's got to keep doing that.
Ohio has been a second-half team, not only this season, but the past 3 or 4. And that continues to prove itself today. 0-0 at halftime. Now Ohio with a 2-0 lead. Just over 10 minutes in to the second half. I mentioned it earlier. This 10-minute period that started 8 minutes ago is the time when Toledo scores the majority of their goals. 5 out of their 9 goals this season have come between the 50th and 60th minute. Ohio instead flips the script, scores 2 goals within that time frame. That puts Ohio up above 20 goals as a team this season. 21 scored and only 16 conceded for this Ohio team this season. Kalika. Breeden. Sensky. McGuire controls the fastball to the right, then gives it away. Sensky there to clean up, but McGuire gives it away, and Breeden steps in. Now out of play for the Toledo throw. Looks like there's a Toledo player down. Stands back up on her own power. It's Marcy Clark.
Yeah, it looked like she got a cleat stepped on, and you know that one never feels too good.
Sullivan forward for Troy. Taken away, Santa Catarina steps in. Given right back to Toledo. Breeden wins it. Tries to keep it, but given away to Cahalan. Down the left side is Luke. Working against Dogados, gives to Curry. Curry crossed toward the middle and poked wide a post by Alex Troy. Malum had that near post covered in case it was closer to goal.
Yeah, that ball was put a little bit too far ahead of her. She tried to stick her foot out and get something out, but it was a little wide right.
Sensky back to Malum. She'll go wide to Kalika. Ohio leading Toledo 2-0. Under a half hour left in this game. Lecky, Molesky for McGuire down the left side. Good run from the freshman into the penalty area. McGuire cleared away. Good pass from McGuire toward Olivia Page, but stepping in at the last second was Betsy Luke.
That was a great run and a great read. Heather McGuire was all the way back playing defense and was able to see that ball and see the opportunity that she could have had, and I thought that was a great run.
Madison Perrin for the goal kick. Before that, clock stoppage as Toledo will make a substitution. Sullivan coming out for Anita Mancini. Substitution as well for Ohio. Tristan Whalen comes in for the first time, replacing Abby Townsend up top. Perrin's goal kick trickles to Santa Catarina. Kalika gets around a defender. Page in the middle.
And I think what Aaron Rodgers was doing, subbing out Abby, is get some fresh feet up there. They're up 2-0, even though the game, we still have 28 minutes left, but just getting someone up there with fresh feet.
Lucky toward the corner flag. Wins a corner for Ohio. Right now, no one's stepping up to take the corner. Olivia Page is going to do it for Ohio.
I think Ohio got thrown off for a second because usually Abby's the one that's been behind most of them, and she just got subbed out.
Sydney Leckie is taking a corner kick as well today, but she was the one that earned it for Ohio. And she was walking away from it the whole time. She told Olivia Page to get over there and take it. Page lines up. Right-footed boot, swinging toward the goal. Sensky gets a foot to it, but it's dealt with by Toledo. Kalika keeps it with Ohio. Dogardas, cross to no one in particular, goes out over the sideline.
And that was a big play by Kalika because there was a defender right on her. If that ball got past, it would have been a foot race.
Toledo now sending numbers forward. Played well forward down the left side for Troy. Troy tries to keep it in down the left sideline, can't get it done. Ohio throw. Breeden feeling some pressure. Dogardas. Back to Breeden. Way forward for Page, but her path to the ball is blocked by Topoleski.
And Ohio is well aware of their lead. They're not playing super aggressive. They're playing very controlled, and they're really taking a hold of this game right here, Noah.
Leckie to Sensky. Molesky spinning around, working her way into the middle of the pitch. Now playing long down the right side for Dogardas, but just way too long. Toledo defenders had an easy path to that ball. Leckie keeps it. Gets around one challenge. Whalen. Leckie. Long shot deflected and over the bar. Ohio corner.
I think I saw a little outside curve on that ball. I think the wind's picking up on Ohio's side.
Olivia Page once again to take the corner. Maddie Young checks in, and Morgan Kalika checks out. Sydney Leckie shifts toward the back line a little bit. Page curves this one toward Sensky, get past them both. Molesky to McGuire. McGuire gives it away. And it's a foot race now between Leckie and Alex Troy. Sydney Leckie wins it, gives it back to Malum. Ohio throw down the right side. 25 minutes to play. Ohio with a 2-0 advantage over the Toledo Rockets.
And with there being just 25 minutes left, Ohio has already doubled their shots on goal and adding 2 goals to it. So we're definitely more of a second half team, like you said, excuse me.
Young to Molesky in the penalty area. Doesn't quite get on the right side of the ball and pushes it over the end line. Goal kick for Toledo. And a substitution for the Rockets as well, as Stitch Curry comes back onto the field replacing Alex Troy.
Yeah, and I think she came out for a little bit, get a water break, get her feet all nice and cooled down.
Whalen looked for Molesky down the left side, but nothing doing. Santa Catarina wins it back, looks for Molesky up top. Maddie Young fighting for it. Young keeps possession for Ohio. Taken away, good step in by Claire Cahalan. Now forward for Marcy Clark, and Toledo will keep possession down their own right side. First a substitution. As Abby Dembowski comes off. And Ariana Garcia into the game for Toledo. Mancini, a long throw. Brought down by Fowler. Pushed out by Ohio. It'll be another throw for Mancini and the Rockets. This time, Sophia Lewis to the middle for Cahalan. Down the right side, just too long for Marcy Clark to handle. And Heather McGuire will take the Ohio throw.
And you know, even though the score is 2-0, Toledo is not playing like a losing team right now. They had that same fire and energy that they were coming out with in the first half. So Ohio's really got to keep going here.
Toledo certainly going to need some positive energy if they want to make up the deficit. 2 goals in 20 minutes would certainly not be unheard of if the Rockets are able to turn it around. Dogardas to the middle for Santa Catarina. Now Breeden. Toledo steps in, takes it away. To the middle now for Fowler. Fowler turns it around, looks for Curry down the left side. Curry across in, goes behind the goal, and out of play for an Ohio goal kick. There she is once again, Stitch Curry making some trouble for that Ohio back line.
Stephanie Curry on the deck.
Sensky forward for Young. Young not able to bring it down cleanly, and the throw will go Toledo's way. Mancini for Fowler. Headed away, Page. Breeden. Breeden can't keep it. Curry takes it away. Curry, long shot, past the far post.
You know, she was smart to take that shot. She had a bunch of Bobcats all around her, so I don't think she would have had much luck if she tried to dribble around.
Sydney Malum made a diving attempt toward her post, but had it covered well. Goal kick for Malum. Launches it into the middle of the field. Page gets ahead to it for Ohio. The Bobcats able to control. Santa Catarina, now Breeden. Breeden taken down. And looks like there's a stern talking to happening right now. Sophia Lewis just got a little bit too aggressive there for the referee's comfort. And he makes sure that she knows about it.
You could see a tiny bit of frustration coming out of Toledo right now. It was 0-0 in the first half, and the first couple minutes of the second, to have 2 goals being scored.
Curry for Fowler, save Malum. Malum had her far post cover. Fowler had a nice chance down the right side. Really too close of an angle, though. Malum able to get 2 strong hands to the ball and push it out over the end line. It'll be a Toledo corner kick, just their second of the afternoon. Sophia Lewis to take. Mancini a short option. But she'll go long. Coming out is Malum. She had to dive to keep that one out, but a foul called. And Malum will take a free kick.
And you know, if there wasn't a foul called, Molesky was there on the line. She kicked that ball out, but it got right past the goalie's arm. So Molesky would have had another stop there.
Under 20 minutes to play. Ohio with a 2-0 advantage over Toledo in the home MAC opener for the Bobcats. Page forward for Molesky. Ohio gives the ball away, though. Cahalan getting it back. Whalen and Molesky. Left side, Young. Into the penalty area. Maddie Young curls it wide.
Yeah, she broke away from that defense and got a tiny little opening, and she decided to take the shot. Not a bad idea.
Back in the game, Capital.
Serena Dierig and Konstantina Janu come into the game for Ohio, with Molesky and Dogardas coming off.
Also returning Serena Dierig.
Dierig gets ahead to it. Toledo trying to press forward. Lecky had to step in. And Breeden is fouled. It'll be an Ohio free kick. Breeden looked to take it quickly, but there weren't any options. So the Bobcats will now take their time. Olivia Sensky will boot it long, looking for Young.
And Toledo trying to find any way they can to get the ball to Stitch Curry. They've had a little bit of trouble, but they're trying.
Alex Troy returns.
Alex Troy comes back into the contest for Toledo. Marcy Clark jogs off. Mancini looks past Castle for Fowler. Touchdown of play by Santa Catarina. Mancini again to throw to Curry. McGuire steps in. Goes forward for Whalen. Toledo throw to the right side. Mancini, Curry, Castle, Cahalan. Taken away, Sensky deals with it. Back for Topolesky. She lets it go out over the touchline for a Toledo throw. And before she gets the chance to put it back into play, a few substitutions. Allie Miller replacing Jenny Santa Catarina.
And you can see right now, Toledo's playing with a lot of players up. Just on that last possession, they only had one center back, so they're looking to make some offensive moves here.
For Toledo, Machieski and Dembowski back in the game. Dierig for Miller. Miller steps forward, goes to the right side for Lecky. Lecky into space. Tries to play it low. Tipped away. Dierig in the area, but Mancini deals with the trouble and pushes it out over the end line for an Ohio throw. Heather McGuire comes over to take it. 16 minutes to play on this cool afternoon. Ohio leading Toledo 2-0. Dierig. McGuire. High cross in. Page tries to get ahead to it. Instead, Madison Perrin collects.
Heather McGuire, that was a great cross. She played it up right in the middle. Good possession, but Toledo had a great defender right there.
Castle brings it down for Toledo. Played long for Troy down the left side. Troy tries to get it past Lecky. It's off of Lecky's feet and out of bounds. Allie Miller in defense takes it away from Josie Fowler. Serena Dierig takes a hard-hit soccer ball to the backside. And Constantina Janu makes sure that Ohio keeps possession down the right.
Yeah, and all these 50-50 balls they're played really aggressive but not dirty. Both teams are going to try to win this ball.
Janu pushed out of the way, no whistle. And it's a Toledo throw. Under a quarter of an hour left in this contest. Ohio leads Toledo 2-0. Looking for their second MAC win. Ohio would move to 2-1 on the conference season with a win today. Toledo, unless they can get 2 more goals in the next 15 seconds, looking to move to 0-3. Dierig for Olivia Page. Olivia Page! 3-0 Cats.
Wow, what a great, Bob. That was a team goal right there. Tristan Whalen, who just checked in the second half, played a beautiful ball in for Olivia Page. And she just had an opportunity a couple minutes ago, so she's probably really excited about getting a goal under her belt today.
Page gets her second goal of the season. Serena Dierig on the score sheet with her first assist of the year. And that should about wrap things up for Ohio. 3-goal lead with under 15 minutes to play. It would take a miracle for the Rockets at this point.
And, you know, I think Erin Rogers is pretty happy with who we subbed in for the game. I mean, she just got her first assist within the first couple minutes of her playing, so that was a great ball.
Young looking for Dierig, tapped away. McGuire keeps it for Ohio. Heather McGuire charging forward. She's got options. Still trying to keep it herself. Tristan Whalen steps in to win it back. Young. Ball bouncing around. Whalen gets ahead to it. And Toledo able to bring it down and control. Dembowski plays it forward. Curry racing with Sensky. But Sensky able to win it and push it back to Malum. Page makes a good turn. Looks for Dierig down the right side. Dierig in a foot race with Lexa Bauer. And Bauer able to deal with the trouble. Ohio throw down the right sideline. A 3-goal lead for the Bobcats. Dierig forward for Janu down the right side. Cross comes in for Whalen. Pushed forward for Young. She'll control down the left side of the 18. Good defense from Anita Mancini. Forces an Ohio throw. Paige Knorr comes back into the contest for Ohio, giving Sydney Leckie some rest.
For Sydney Leckie.
McGuire, Maddie Young. Trying to work around Mancini, and Young commits a foul.
And something so great about this Bobcat team, they're winning 3-0 with 12 minutes left, and they're still playing this really great, aggressive ball. And I think Erin Rogers is really happy with that.
Toledo's free kick goes straight out of bounds.
And a fan doesn't keep the souvenir.
Toledo showing a little bit of exhaustion, that ball just being kicked straight out of bounds.
Whalen tries to keep possession, but gives it away. Paige Knorr will track this one down the right side. Janu. Out over the touchline. Toledo throw. Toledo needs a lot of positive energy, positive forward movement to try to keep this one close. They trail by 3 goals. Knorr will deal with this one in defense. Decides to keep it in play rather than trying to let it go out for a goal kick. Curry. Curry falls over, and Breeden takes it away. Janu. Knorr. Out of bounds. Another substitution, this time for the Rockets. Anita Mancini comes off. And Olivia Young will get her first minutes of this contest.
And it looks like the girls did a quick switch here. Maddie Young and Tristan Whalen decided to switch spots. Tristan Whalen's a little bit further back, and it looks like Maddie Young's going to be taking this forward position in the last couple minutes.
Shot saved by Malum. Down to her right. Takes it away at the near post.
Alex Troy with the attempt.
Malum has been strong today, and she's 10 minutes away from her first shutout of the season. Ohio as a team has shut out 2 previous opponents, a 1-0 win at Northern Kentucky and a 7-0 win over Southern Illinois. Both games they feel like distant memory at this point. Late August and early September, those 2 contests. But Malum does not get credit for a shutout in either one because against Northern Kentucky, Malum only played the first 45 minutes. And against Southern Illinois, Malum played probably the first 70 or so minutes before Reese Dorsey got into some action. So assuming that Malum goes the full 90 and Ohio keeps Toledo off the score sheet, Be the first shutout credited to the Nashville keeper this season. Long free kick in. Dierig gets ahead to it. Perrin there for the save.
Gathered in by Perrin.
And Dierig just being subbed into the game. She's already had her first assist of this year, excuse me. And she's still up there fighting. I think Aaron Rodgers really sees this game as something good for her. We'll be seeing a lot of her this year.
Young taken away by Whalen. And now Ohio's Young is shoved to the ground. Free kick for Ohio taken quickly. Whalen down the left side. Whalen looking to send a cross in. High cross, dealt with by Toledo. Maddie Young has it. Quick turn and a goal! Maddie Young, decisive when the ball bounced right to her. She knew exactly what she was going to do with it.
And that's her 4th goal of the season. And like we were talking about, the Bobcats have not let up at all. Even with that 3-0 lead, they were still pushing, and they got that 4th goal. That was a great goal.
4 goals for Ohio coming from 4 different goal scorers. First Townsend, then Molesky, and then the 2 freshmen getting on the board, Olivia Page and Maddie Young. Olivia Sensky deals with some trouble that Toledo causes, and the Bobcats look to keep possession down the right side, but it trickles out over the touchline for a Toledo throw. Under 8 minutes to play, Ohio with a 4-0 advantage over Toledo.
Yeah, and I think this win is really going to boost their confidence. They've been on the road for a while. They got a win, but just to have a home win right when they come back probably feels really good to them, Noah.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers talked about the importance of getting 2 wins this weekend, especially against a tough Bowling Green team that's coming to town on Sunday. Serena Dierig whistled for the foul there. So Toledo will have a free kick from a dangerous position. This will be a tough test for Sydney Malum in the Ohio defense to see if they can continue to keep the Rockets off the board. Two Rockets standing over the ball. Maciejewski, one of them. The other one is Ariana Garcia. Before that happens, though, a substitution as Lindsey Townsend comes in for Olivia Page. It'll be Garcia. Shot right at Malum, who catches it comfortably. A lot of power on that ball from Garcia, but no trouble for Sydney Malum.
Last attempt by Garcia, gathered in by Mohan.
Toledo pushing forward down the left side. Another throw-in. Castle controls it. Janu trying to defend, but Toledo keeping control until Dierig takes it away. Forward for Janu down the right. Now Young. Numbers forward for Ohio. Dierig and Townsend both making runs. Young tripped up. No whistle except for the throw-in. And the clock will stop. Maddie Young receiving some medical treatment here, or at least consultation. While that's happening, Heather McGuire subs off, and Morgan Colica comes back into the contest for Ohio.
Morgan Colica back in the lineup for Ohio, placing Heather McGuire.
And Maddie Young will come off the field. Looks like she's walking under her own power, but very slowly with maybe a little bit of a limp.
Olivia Darrow comes into the game for Ohio.
Olivia Darrow will replace Maddie Young.
And Maddie got a goal of her own today, so hopefully this injury isn't going to be anything too long because she played an amazing game today.
Young has been a key contributor for Ohio in this, her freshman season. 4 goals and 2 assists for the freshman from Cincinnati, tied for the team lead in goals with Olivia Molesky, who also got herself a goal today.
And now we're starting to see a little bit more frustration out of Toledo. You can see these 50-50 balls, you know, there's maybe an elbow thrown in there or something. They're not the happiest right now.
Sensky curls a long ball in. Miller controls. Paige Knorr all the way over for Whalen. Dierig gets there. Just pokes it past the post. Serena Dierig was quick in getting to a ball misplayed by the Toledo defense, but couldn't score that 5th goal for Ohio. Ohio leads 4-0 over the Toledo Rockets. They're 5 minutes away from their 2nd Mid-American Conference victory. Kalika pokes that one out of play.
Let's go Bobcats! Let's go Bobcats! Let's go Bobcats!
Ohio's defense deals with a little bit of a threat from Toledo. The Rockets trying to get the ball back. Kalika takes it away. Lindsey Townsend controls in the middle of the pitch. Forward for Janu. And before that, a yellow card is shown to Maddie Wilhoit.
Yellow card issued to Maddie Wilhoit.
And that's the 2nd yellow card for Toledo in this game.
Toledo up to 8 yellow cards on the season. Wilhoit and Luke, 2 defenders for Toledo, both with the bookings today. Clock ticks under, 4 minutes to go. Sensky to the right for Paige Knorr. Toledo controlling down the left side, but Paige Knorr steps in. The wind picks up, the sun pokes behind the trees back over the ridges, and the temperature has dropped considerably since kickoff without the aid of the sun and with a little bit more wind.
And Noah, looking over at that bench, looks like Maddie has gotten some treatment, but she's up and walking, so I don't think it's anything too bad.
Kalika takes the ball away, and Tristan Whalen controls for Ohio, forward for Dierig. Taken away. Toledo looking for that one last push, trying to get on the scoreboard. Forward for Curry, but Breeden deals with it. Townsend to Dierig. Now to Tristan Whalen. Forward for Townsend. Darrow. Dierig. Looking for Darrow. Good defense from Lexa Bauer right in the middle of the pitch. And Toledo will be whistled for an offside call. Josie Fowler was poking behind the defensive line of Ohio. Under 2.5 minutes to play. Ohio leading 4-0. Sensky to take the free kick. She'll take her time. Bouncing around toward the sideline, as we're now under 2 minutes. Darrow controlling. Out of play for an Ohio throw. Knorr to the feet of Janu. .90 seconds left. Ohio trying to run out the clock on this 4-0 soon-to-be victory over the Toledo Rockets. Tapped out of play by Darrow. or rather by a Toledo defender, so it'll be Ohio ball. A minute to play. Miller for Ohio. To the right side for Knorr. Knorr trying to contain to Breeden. Now Miller. And another long whistle by the referee. He goes back to the pocket, pulls out another yellow card. This one issued to Alex Troy. Third yellow card of the contest for Toledo, and that stops the clock. By comparison, Ohio, no yellow cards, just 3 on the season for the Bobcats.
And that also brings Toledo's total to 9, which, starting off is not too good.
Pushed out of play by Madison Perrin. Ohio will have one corner kick, and it could be the last kick of this contest. Short kick. Drilled in toward the center of the area. 15 seconds to play. Ohio leading Toledo 4-0.
8, 7, 6,
5 seconds to go.
2, 1.
And that will do it for this one. Ohio 4-0 victors over the Toledo Rockets. Thanks to goals from 4 different scorers. It was Abby Townsend that gave Ohio the lead. She'll get credit with the game-winning goal. Molesky gets a goal as well. Olivia Page and Maddie Young also on the score sheet for Ohio. Only one of those goals assisted. It was Serena Dierig getting credit for the assist. And for Sydney Malum, her first shutout. Samantha, your takeaways.
I think we needed this win. It was big time. It's been long coming. This is a MAC game, so we really had to have our head in this, and I think we pulled through. The second half was by far some of the best soccer we've seen here at Chesa this year with this team, and I'm excited for them.
Toledo moves to 3-8. 0-3 in Mid-American Conference play. Next up for the Rockets is a trip to Kent State to take on the Golden Flashes at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The Bobcats now to 7-4 overall, 2-1 in the Mid-American Conference. Next up for Ohio, a test against the reigning MAC champions in Bowling Green. That'll be this Sunday, and you can hear the audio of it starting at 1 o'clock with Gabe Genovese and Samantha Garcia. Sam, any final thoughts as we look forward to that BG game?
I think if we play in the second half the way that we did, starting to finish these shots that we need to, getting the passes right, having all of our players be included in this offense, I think is really going to help us. And, hopefully get this win over BG and move up in the MAC.
Ohio, once again, 2-1 in the Mid-American Conference, 7-4 overall. That date with Bowling Green is at 1 o'clock here at Chesa Field on Sunday. If you can't make it out to Chesa, please join Gabe Genovese and Samantha Garcia for the audio of that one. Ohio 4-0 victors over Toledo today. Thanks for joining us here on Bobcat TV. For Samantha Garcia, I've been Noah Wolf. It's been a pleasure to have you with us on this cool October afternoon. We'll talk to you Sunday from here at Chesa.